Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Bam! We out here, man. We out here. 33 years of prison stories, man. We rolling, we keeping it moving. You know, I appreciate everybody who follow me, man. Everybody who like the video, share the video, man. Comment on the video, talk to me. As y'all know, I talk back. We rolling, man. We got to get to 100K. We get to 100K and then we going beyond, man. But we got to get to 100K first. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell them what we got going on over here. Because we ain't playing. We spreading the goodness, positive energy. Feed the positive, starve the negative, man. Today I want to talk about it. Ain't nothing positive about this, man. You know. Well, it's just crazy. It just made me think about this, talking about it the other day, man. When you in prison, man, you always got to watch what you say, because what you say, you know, what comes out of your mouth, man, could cost you, you know, and that's just real. You know, a lot of beefs in prison come because somebody said the wrong thing, somebody heard, somebody said this, or he said. And this caused a lot of friction, man. A lot of dudes got that Bethlehem put in them behind rumors. A lot of dudes got that Bethlehem put in them behind pulling, you know, pulling ASS, you know, talking trash, selling wolf tickets, all of that, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, some of the most notorious people in there, man, is sell gangsters, man. Sell gangsters. And what I mean by sell gangsters is dudes that's behind the door, right? They behind the door. Whether you in segregation and you behind the door and somebody can't get to you, whether you in PC and somebody can't get to you, whether you in another building and hollering out the window, somebody can't get to you, whether you on the other side of the fence of the yard hollering and somebody can't get to you. These people are the most boldest, the most outrageous, the most bravest dudes in the world, because you can't get to them. You can't get to them. Man, these dudes talk so much killer talk, so much man, murder, 187, all of that, man, but you can't get to them. You know, and this goes on a lot, man. I've experienced it myself, man, being in SEG and dudes on the gate talking trash, knowing they ain't coming outside, knowing they ain't coming out on the yard, knowing you ain't gonna see them no more. Man, they'll call you every type of name in the book, tell you how bad they gonna bust you up, how bad they gonna beat you down, they gonna stomp you out, or talk about your mama, talk about your kids, tell you how when they catch you on sight, they gonna put the Bethlehem in you. You know, knowing that they ain't gonna see you nowhere because they gonna make sure of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they get out of it, man. I don't know, you know, if it makes them feel some type of way or whatever. I don't know if they do it out of boredom, or they do it to feed their ego, or to keep other people off of them. I don't know, man, but it's an epidemic in prison. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes get caught up in that, man. And you had dudes be looking for dudes. They be looking for them. They send messages out. Man, if this joker come on this camp, man, they try to get your name. They try to get your number because they want you got. You know, because of the things you done said out of your mouth. You know, and these dudes, man, I'm telling you, they'll talk about your family, man. I'm talking, just think about the most vicious and nastiest thing somebody could say. This is the stuff they be popping off. And especially in SEG, it's really crazy in SEG because, say, for instance, you in segregation and you only come out to get a shower every 3 days. So when they bring you out, you know, you got a police escort, you got handcuffs on or whatnot. These dudes will come out in the shower and they'll get in the shower where now you ain't behind the door, so your voice is more amplified. They'll get in the shower and be hollering all these obscenities to you, calling you all these types of names. When you come out for the shower, they behind the door. They calling you all these types of names, talking about you, man, disrespecting you and everything. And man, they get under your skin, even though you know he just talking, but it'll get under your skin because you know dudes talk loud. That'll piss you off anyway. When dudes is talking, it piss me off. Whenever dude get loud and try to get all, yeah, that it gets me in a certain type of way. I be, you know, I like let's cut to the chase. You know, we ain't got to do all that. Let's get it popping. Bang, bang, you know. But yeah, man, it's an epidemic, man. It's an epidemic in prison, and especially when you're on certain institutions. When you're on certain institutions, that the cells, the buildings are different. If you're in different buildings, you may not mix with another building. Or when that building come out for wreck, this building come out for wreck, you on two different sides of the fence. So, you know, dudes will get on that other side of that fence, man, and talk to you so aggressive, so vicious, that you would swear, you know, by anybody that this dude got to be a killer, right? But all the time, man, he is soft as toilet paper, man, wet, you know, but he know you can't get to him. So he trying to impress the dudes on that side of the yard by talking to a dude on this side of the yard that he know is a certified head buster, a certified killer, certified Bethlehem slinger. He talking trash to him, so these dudes on this side be like, oh, he talking that to him, oh, he must be like, and keep dudes up off of, hoping and praying by all, you know, means that you never be able to see him. But that don't always work out. You know what I'm saying? Because I done seen dudes, man, they feel and get so disrespected, they climb across the fence. You know what I'm saying? I mean, take a chance on getting shot. I seen dudes lift the bottom of the fence, get a couple of his dudes and hold the bottom of the fence up, pull it up so a dude can scoot up under there and go get him. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's some of the funniest and craziest things you've seen. I seen a dude, he got his dudes to hold the bottom of the fence up one day because dude had been talking trash to him for about a week. So they pulling the fence up, pulling the bottom of the fence up just so he could scoot up under there and go to the other side. Man, he seen that dude trying to come up under that fence, man. If Usain Bolt ain't never had no competition, he had some then, because, man, he just, pew, he took off to the gate. He running to the gate. He trying to get to the gate, you know, the side that they go out of, man, to get to the police, tell the police, open the door, let them out. Man, dude come up under that joint, dirty and everything, scrubbed that off, got up, and pew, come right behind him, chasing him. Man, it was, I mean, to me, I know y'all may not think it was funny, but it was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Because he asked for it. He asked for it, and he chased them down, man, and dude run to the gate, and he hollered for the police, and as always, they ain't nowhere never to be found. So the police ain't there, and dude getting closer and closer to him. And man, he just took off running, man. You would have thought he was Bird Sanders. He was shaking, faking, trying to get away. And dude running behind him and got that thing in his hand, and he chopping at him and chopping at him. And man, he ended up falling down, man. And when he hit that ground, man, that was all she wrote. He was on top of him, man, and he won't playing with him. He won't trying to scratch him. He won't trying to pretend like he was putting it in him, man. I'm talking about it looked vicious. That part looked vicious. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie, it looked vicious. And that's crazy because I've learned that over the years just watching, you know what I'm saying, and being in prison, you know, when you in an altercation like that, when you dealing with that Bethlehem and you in an altercation like that, your adrenaline is so high and you're only thinking, I can only speak for me, you're only thinking about making sure that you're not going to get hurt, making sure that this person is not going to be able to harm you. So that's all that's really on your mind. But when you sit back and watch and see somebody else in them type of altercations, man, you know, if you got any type of heart, you just feel sorry for them, especially if they getting crushed. I mean, if that joint just going all up in them, it just looks so horrible, man. You know, it's different between watching that in a movie because you know it's fake. But when you see that in real life, man, and you see that person starts to, you know, more or less like losing life or or getting weak and just begging and hollering and screaming, man, it's a vicious sight, man. It's a vicious sight. And then you go from one extreme to the other because he brought it upon himself. He asked for it, but then that's just the crazy dynamic. They always ask for it and they always act tough, but when it starts to happen, they crying, they hollering, they screaming, bloody murder, please help me. I mean, I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm sorry. I mean, they say all of that. You know what I'm saying? But 10 minutes ago, you was gonna do this to him verbally. You was gonna give it to him verbally. You talked about his family. You talked about killing them. And then it just always changed, man. That Bethlehem. That Bethlehem is the ultimate attitude adjustment, man. I'm telling you, hey, I done seen dudes that look physically imposing, talk physically imposing, act physically imposing, and that Bethlehem go in them, man, and they turn into a baby, man. They turn into a baby, And a lot of them dudes, man, they don't think that they can be got. A lot of them dudes don't think it's gonna happen to them. They run their mouth, man, and they get on them gates and they talk that talk, or they get in another building and holler out this building to you and say things to you, be thinking that you ain't gonna never be around them, or thinking that you don't know their real name, or thinking that you don't know their voice. And I done seen dudes get hit up and it may not have been them because dude thought it was him. Oh, you the dude that was hollering out that window. No, man, what did you talk? Yeah, it was you. And take off on them. You know what I'm saying? And take off on them. Them cell gangsters is something else, man. And they do it not only to convicts and inmates, they do it to the administration. You know what I'm saying? It was a vicious thing going on in say, especially on Greensville, because on certain jumps on Greensville, you by the window and where they go in and out of the building. If you're on that side where they go in and out of the building, they cannot see in your window. Your window is so small they can't see, and it got mesh on it, but you can holler out the window and you can get up and look out the window and you can see them. They cannot see you. But if you don't put your face in the window, some dudes will just holler through the little crack and they can look out there and see you so you can't see them. And then you got rows and rows of windows so you don't know who it is. Man, the administration be coming in to work. The females, the dudes, man, they be getting crushed. They be getting verbally assaulted on a day-to-day basis, man. And they be mad, they be humiliated, they be, the things that's being said, man, it would embarrass anybody. Because you got to imagine now, they get ready to change shifts, so you might got 30 people out there, females and males. And you got this dude just barking and saying all this crazy stuff about you. And they're standing right there waiting for the shift to change. And they got to listen to all of that. And whether they think or act like they blocking it out or whatever, that's impossible. You can't unhear stuff. You can hear it. So you'll see if they talking to a female, you'll see some of the male officers be giggling and laughing. I done seen them getting altercations out there because, oh, you think that's funny? You laughing at him, you entertaining that, and they get into altercations. Because of what's being said. They can't escape it. It's right there. They used to go to the administration all the time and tell them to move certain people from off of that side of the window, put blinds up on them. They tried to do everything to try to stop this verbal assault, but they couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't do it. Now, the even more badder part about it is you get them cell gangsters and they get in them cells like that with segregation. What'll happen is when you get a visit, your visitor got to walk through there too. Man, them people get to saying things to your visitor. They get to holler, man. It might be your wife, your sister, your daughter, your mother. Man, these dudes will say some of the most vicious things out there, out that window. They will make sexual comments. They will make dirty comments. They'll talk about who you are. They'll say, oh, your son in here doing this. Oh, man, I'm telling you, man, the things that they would say out of their mouth will have you wanting to commit homicide. You understand? And especially saying that to your people. You understand? So, yeah, these cell gangsters, man, they terrible. And then they'll try to hide. They'll try to stay anonymous. They'll act like it won't them. You know, if you can't prove it was them, they gonna say, nah, it won't me. It won't me. You know, but then you'll have somebody else that's back there and they'll tell on them. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, it was him that was hollering out the window, you know, especially if it's with a dude. They'll tell on them, man. So dudes have gotten they've gotten savaged, man, for their mouth, being a cell gangster. And they always think that you're not gonna catch up with them, or that you ain't gonna never run into them. You ain't gonna never be in their vicinity. So this is what fuels them to run their mouth, man. And it costs them more times than not, because it might be somebody back there that hurt you, and they can get to you knowing that that person can't get to you. Or you may have somebody get on the gate and hear you hollering and screaming and say, oh, who back there? Who back there? Man, yeah, tell me who that is. Tell me who it is. Oh, I got $100 if you bust his head off. I got $100 you bust his head off. And some dudes will take that. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes will take that. Then you'll hear the voice go silent. He ain't got nothing to say now, because now he know he can be identified. You see what I'm saying? But them ones that's getting transferred, man, they don't care nothing about that, man. They gonna call you every type of name in the book. They gonna disrespect you to the 10th power, and they gonna go out with a bang saying, yeah, when you see me, you know what time it is. Knowing that they ain't gonna do nothing. When they see you, they gonna cower, you know. And on Nottoway, they had the receiving. So the receiving was a whole nother building. And they did not let them mix with us. You know what I'm saying? But when they come out, they'll clear the boulevard. They'll say, like, if we out and we moving around going from here to there, and they got to bring them out to go to eat, they got to bring them out to go to commissary, they'll clear the boulevard. They can't bring them out and let us mix with them, because technically they're not locked up. I mean, where they're not a ward of the state yet. They just in receiving. They have not been processed or nothing like that. So anything that happens to them, they liable for a lawsuit, because they don't supposed to be on there with people that's already been convicted and is already doing their time. So they have to go through that receiving process before they actually are entered into the system. But, you know, this is DOC. They got them on there anyway. So they dressed in a different colored jumpsuit so they can be identified, this, that, and the third. But they still cannot mix with us. But man, that don't stop us from when we going on the yard. If they on the yard, or we going to the library, going to eat or wherever, and they got the yard that day, it's the fence right there. And you come out and you can see up through the fence. You can talk to them. You probably 10, 20 feet away from them. Man, them dudes get to talking all types of trash, because they know normally, even when they get processed, they're not going on this institution. They're going to go to another institution. You know, very rarely the dudes is in receiving. As soon as they finish receiving, they just put them on this institution. They're going to send them to another institution. So these dudes know that already, and they'll get over there, they'll borrow stuff, you know, because they don't have anything. They still in receiving. They'll try to buy drugs, you know, they'll try to buy commissary, they'll try to buy different things, you know what I'm saying, off of the yard, because they don't have it over there. This is a controlled place over here. They don't got what they got on the whole population, because they don't move around like that, and it's always rotating. They're not going to be in there no more than 30 days. So it's always rotating. So the dudes that like to get high, they trying to buy drugs, they trying to do this and do that. But you know, you buy things in prison by your word. You know what I'm saying? So dudes like, man, give me your junk, man. I'm gonna send the people the money on the street, and dudes will tell them, okay, well, when I get the money, I bring it to you. So it's a trust thing, got to go one way or the other. And then you have some dudes, they'll be so desperate trying to make some money, and they overcharging these dudes and receiving, so trying to make extra money. But a lot of times they'll get played, because they'll be like, look, man, you gotta send this money there, woo, 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 all right, I'm gonna get it, man. And they give them some on this pretense that they gonna send that money out. Man, them dudes will come out there and say, hey, man, where that money? I ain't get that money the other day. You supposed to send it, man. I ain't getting you nothing. I ain't getting you to get it from the rough. What? You think I can't get over there? Nah, well, come on over here then. Come on over here, bad. Come on. I'm waiting for you. I wish you would come over here. They done took the drugs and got high and ain't paid nobody nothing. And then you got this dude, he plotting on how can he get on the yard with the receiving people, which is almost impossible, you know what I'm saying, without getting towed off or getting locked up. But this is how it goes. When you cannot reach somebody, they the toughest person in the world. When you cannot put your hands out on them and physically touch them, they the toughest people in the world. I mean, you know, they talk tough, they act tough. Man, I done seen dudes spit on dudes through the fence, knowing that you can't get them. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you cannot get them. You know, so yeah, cell gangsters, man, they tough, man. They tough. You have to learn how to ignore them. Some people can't ignore them. Y'all remember I told y'all about Safu? That was a cell gangster. They talked all of that trash because he thought Safu could not get to him. But what happened? Kaboom! Kicked the whole door off. Man, if you could have seen him, he was shaking, man, like a prostitute in church, man. He was scared. I'm sorry, because he was just talking. But if you would have heard him talking, you would have believed, if you know, get caught up on sound, you would have believed that he's a certified killer, you know. But when that pressure came down on him, when it was showing proof, man, he turned into a straight baby, a coward, you know. But that's just a cell gangster, man. And like I say, you know, it's sort of like a heckler, you know, like in a comedy club or something. But only difference is the heckler got a cage around him. He got a cage around him. You can't do nothing to him. He can talk all he wants to talk. He can all of that, and you can't do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, this is yeah, it's an epidemic in prison, man. And a lot of dudes do it, man. A lot of dudes do it, and they don't never plan on coming to population because they're gonna go where they go, and then they just gonna check in. You know what I'm saying? And go to jail. And that's how they try to do their time until somebody catch up with them, you know. But man, it's a crazy situation, man. Crazy situation. And I know it's just some stuff that y'all probably didn't know about prison. I just wanted to drop it on you. I know it's nothing extravagant. There's no crazy video or nothing. But it is a part of prison reality, man. You know. But the overall picture is running your mouth in prison to get you killed. You know, it'll get you killed, you know, and it'll get you hurt for sure. You know, so you always got to be mindful of what you say out your mouth, man. You got to mean what you say and say what you mean. And the tone of the way you say it. Dudes, you could be talking to a dude and he asks you a question and you could answer it in a way where he feel like you being aggressive. You know, and a lot of dudes are double back on you. If you say something in a crowd or y'all talking and then you say something that he feel is slick, he may not even respond like he think it's slick at that time. But then next thing you know, you in your cell later on that day and you laying down and he done popped up at your door telling me, man, what's that stuff you was saying outside, man, where everybody was around, you was trying to show off or something. You know, and you can best believe if somebody come to your door like that, 9 times out of 10, he got that Bethlehem with him. You know, he got that Bethlehem with him. Or he figure he can physically deal with you without the Bethlehem. Other than that, if he come to your cell and it's about an issue, then he already know that this issue can get out of hand. So you got to automatically assume he's strapped. You know, I do. I'm going to assume that, you know, and I'm going to try to disarm him, you know what I'm saying, by my tone first and foremost, just until I can get my hands on mine, you know, because if they come to you, they should come prepared. If he didn't come prepared, then that's on him, you know. But, yeah, man, I've seen a lot of dudes, man, let their mouth write a check that they butt could not cash, man. A lot of them. And they wouldn't even never been in the position that they was in had they just knew how to keep their mouth closed. But a lot of dudes who try to talk their way through prison, they think that they're a slick talker. They think they got the gift of gab. They think they descendants from pimps and all this. It don't work that way, man. It don't work. And it may work that way for a little while. 10 times, 15, 20, 100. But that one time that it don't work can cost you enough to pay for all of them. All of them. You know what I'm saying? So I would employ anybody, if you was ever in that situation, man, to keep your mouth closed. Say as less as possible. Say something when needed to be said and be emphatic in what you say. Because what you say out your mouth can and will get you late in prison. You know, and that is an actual fact. And I know a lot of dudes that got missing teeth, man. Got buck nakeds in their mouth from running their mouth. Bloop! You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But anyway, I just wanted to drop that, you know, just talk about these cell gangsters. And you know, like I say, man, there's a lesson in every blessing, and the lesson is, man, you ain't got to be in there, and you ain't got to be talking trash, and you ain't got to be ducking nobody for talking trash. Just stay out here, man. Stay out here in the free world. There's not one video that I have made that would make anybody who has ever seen it feel like prison is the place to be. Not one, you know, and that's on purpose. You know, that is on purpose, man, because it ain't no place you ever want to be, man. Stay out here with your family, enjoy your life, conduct yourself like you want to have something in life, and everything will happen for you, man. It may not happen when you want it to happen, but it will happen. But I guarantee you, every day you spend out here is a blessing, and every day you will spend on the inside of there will be a day of hell, you know. So duck it at all costs, man. I'll be back at y'all in a minute, man. I'll be back. I got to rejuvenate, man. Shout out to Living Life After Life podcast, man. Banky Pound and Troy Catchmore. We coming at y'all in a minute with some heavy hitters. Some heavy hitters, man. Shout out to Young Mo Life, you know, for coming through and blessing us with an interview yesterday. So y'all stay tuned for that. We gonna bring that to y'all real soon. And big things on the horizon, man. So y'all stay tuned, man. Some announcements should be made soon. But TBP, we out here, man. We trying to elevate and motivate. You know, elevate, motivate, and educate. And keep these young people out here and to keep them away from these prisons, man. These young kings and queens. So y'all be safe out there. Be smart, man. Make good decisions. And by all means, boom, 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 boom. Duck them hooks, baby. Peace. We out here. Did y'all see that?
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know. And I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.